Hey guys, so the month of August was an extremely, and I mean extremely expensive month for me. And in today's video, I'm going to attempt to share with you why that was and why all of a sudden this month became extremely expensive. I do have my trusted laptop here with me where I will be walking you through my tracker and just sharing with you my real numbers of exactly how I was able to spend over £15,000 in the month of August, and over 4,500-ish of that was due to travel, and I'll speak about that separately. But if you've checked out my September plan with me video, you will know why. But if you haven't, I'll talk about it in today's video. But I also want to reiterate that for this video specifically, I have not included those numbers into my everyday spending because I try normally to keep my travel spending separately. So if you're new around if you're new around these parts, hi, my name is Miranda, and on this channel I share everything personal finance. I cover budgeting, saving, and investing. If these topics are of interest to you, then please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into today's video. Firstly, I need to sip some water because I'm very thirsty. Okay, now that we're done, I'm going to share my screen with you guys as I walk you through my tracker. And if you're interested in using the tracker that I will be presenting in today's video, you can purchase it for yourself on my Etsy shop. It's always linked in the description bar below. So I'm going to start the screen record now and shrink myself to the corner. So for the month of August 2023, I was left with 1,690.08 pence. I surmised that I was going to bring in around 6,500. I ended up bringing in over 11,400, and here is how I spent this money. So firstly, if I bring your attention towards my main bills. So my main bills, I budgeted that I was going to spend over 1,600. I spent just slightly over 1,600, and here is why. I thought my water bill was going to come out in the month of August, but no, the bill is generated in August, but I actually don't get to pay until September. So I'm paying it here in the month of September. Therefore, I budgeted 130 and I didn't get to pay anything. Income protection. So this one is the protection if I was ever to lose my job or go on long-term sickness. My insurance would pay this. Normally this was covered with my other insurance. You would see it here. Actually, no, it's the one that I called home insurance for some reason. But in any case, I decided to change up my insurance provider. So I combined all my rental properties into under one policy, and then I canceled my income protection with the previous provider and got a new one, which is cheaper. As you can see, I was paying 109, and moving forward, starting with August, I will be paying £84. So just £85 every single month, and I thought that was worth the save because the difference is what I normally spend on my coffee across the month. So I figured it was worth the change. But this is why I didn't actually spend how much I thought I was going to spend. The rest of my bills look pretty normal. There's nothing that stands out at me at all except for my plum fees. So this one, the reason it's almost double what I normally pay. I pay £2.99 a month, so about £3 every single month. But for the month of July, I don't know why, but they didn't charge me in July. They instead charged me on the 1st of August, and then on the 31st of August they charged me again for August. So I ended up paying double, and this is just how I record the numbers, so that is why. But otherwise, all in all, for my main bills, it was pretty dull. For my rental bills, this one I was expecting to spend £2,000 at least, but I ended up spending just under 9,700, and it's because I thought I was going to have to start making repayments for my third rental property. If you haven't if you're new around here and not aware, I now have 3 rental properties. So I got the third one in July and completed in August. So I was thinking I would need to start paying, but the way things worked out, I ended up with having to pay in the month of September instead. So I didn't have to pay anything in August, but otherwise the other bills are the same. The only thing that you'll see will be different is I've canceled this insurance as well as this insurance to combine it into one insurance, and that one insurance is going to be around 275, but that includes 3 properties. So if anything was to happen to me, have an untimely death, touch wood, then my 3 rental properties will be paid out and my beneficiaries will just inherit homes without any loans on them. So yeah, this is why it's super low compared to what I was expecting. So that is with my rental bills. I'm now going to switch over. I'm going to jump, instead of going to my variable expenses, I want to quickly first do my savings and investments. So this one, a lot of things are in green here because for my Plum investment, I never budget anything for this because Plum tells me what I'm going to save, because it rounds up my spending. So because of all the spending that I did in the month of August, I was able to save, well, invest in, honestly, £318.72. Then for my emergency fund, I sent over £600. Then for vacation, I sent over £400, and this is tied to me completing my 100 envelope savings challenge. I didn't send anything to my sinking funds because I was trying to focus on my emergency fund and my vacation fund, and then I sent £50 towards my rental emergency fund. So I saved over 1,700. This is exactly what I like to see, and £300 towards my investments with Vanguard. So I'm happy with what I did with my savings and my investments. Then quickly jumping over to my debt summary. So I do have 3 debts that, 2 loans and a device. So for my loans, this is what I budgeted, this is what I sent, and then this is what I was expecting, this is what I ended up paying. And then for my device, I ended up paying a little bit more than I had budgeted. So I budgeted over 1,400, and almost close to what I budgeted. So very happy with that. So now that we have done all of the other numbers, I would like to just focus on my variable expenses, because this is where all the fun is. So starting off with groceries, I'm very proud of myself that I didn't spend the entire £200. I actually had £80.45 left. In actuality, I had about £20 left because the rest of the money I actually ended up sending it towards my savings. So this is why my emergency fund was looking a lot more lively, because I took of what was left about £50 or thereabouts towards my emergency fund. Socializing, yeah, well, over that one by £9, but not too bad. Fuel, definitely expected this, over by £3, not too bad either. Dining out, let's take a moment to realize that I'm out of control and I need help because I'm £40 over my budget and I don't even have a reason. I'm not gonna lie, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Shopping, this one, why have I not made this in red? Because it should be in red, because I have definitely blown this budget. And funny enough, I actually just did not spend my £50 that was budgeted the entire month until the last day of August, when I just had the urge to update my wardrobe and made some purchases, and I definitely went over by £86, which is not like me, but I won't say I needed this stuff, I wanted this stuff. So yeah, that's why we're over there. Transportation, definitely over this one. Housing, definitely over this one as well. There's so many things I needed for my house. Personal care, yeah, over this. Travel, so you would definitely if you've watched my plan with me video for September, you know that I traveled to Turkey in the month of August, and then we had air traffic control issues in the UK, and that caused a lot of delays for a lot of us. And because of those delays, I ended up spending more money than I had planned to on travel. But this expenditure was during, I tried to classify what will go to my travel budget separately to what will remain in the budget, because these are things that I ended up spending the money that I'd allocated for other things. I chose to include it in here. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I've not included the expenses that I've incurred due to the issues that we had with traveling, coming back to the UK. The 4,000 plus that I spent, this is because I'm budgeting that separately, and because a lot of that money we're claiming back, so I'm gonna get that money back. So I didn't feel the need to include that in this video, but I wrote the number down and we ended up spending over 4,400 with just paying for additional tickets and also accommodation. Like, you guys wouldn't believe, normally I would spend maximum £200 on Eurostar. This time we were spending £400 a person on Eurostar. It was ridiculous, but that is that. But like I said, I've not included that because we're claiming that money back. Subscription within budget, personal growth within budget, coffee, I actually ended up getting an additional coffee with this one. Actually, no, it's still correct. It's not, oh sorry, it's not red, it's supposed to be green. I just made a mistake there. So we are below budget. All of these we are below budget, so let me just color them green, because I do like to praise myself, especially when I've got a lot of reds in my budget. Miscellaneous was still good as well, so we'll put in green. Gifts, why are you in green? Okay, I have gifts in green because I like to give. Even though I did know I went over budget, I still like to give, so I don't see that as a bad thing. Everything that I put in red is a bad thing to me. So yeah, but gifts, even though I went over, it's a good thing because I was gifting people in my life, so I'm okay with that. Same thing with tithe and giving. I try and do 10%, but with purchasing the house and with all of the travel issues that we had, I kind of put this on a back burner, if I must confess, and try just to readjust my budget, and we'll get back to my normal tithe and giving percentages. But for now, I was happy to send over £240. For my business, I never budget for this, but for my business, so this is blogging and Etsy expenses, I spent £70. I think it's a little bit more, I need to check, because I've not included the Etsy fees in this one. And then home renovation, this one had its own budget, so I had this money kept separately. So I was able to, this is how much it cost me for the renovation. So for my home renovation, I paid $2,410. And then finally my car MOT. So this is again something that I'd already saved up for in my sinking fund. So I had saved up £100 and I pulled 100 from my sinking fund because that's what I was expecting, but thankfully I only paid under £50, which was great. So initially I had budgeted £925 on expenses and on variable expenses, and I ended up spending over £4,000. Again, this is pulled majorly by my this home renovation, but it's still over £2,000, or is it? Yeah, almost £2,000 in any case. So I still spent a lot more than I budgeted, but such is life, so there's nothing really much I can do about it apart from trying to manage my money better. I like the concept of paying myself first, and then once I've done that, I enjoy myself. Let's just say for the month of August, I enjoyed myself a little bit too much, because variable expenses to me is my fun money, because everything in here is for my benefit. It's for me to enjoy the groceries, so all of the food that I'm buying, all the things I'm buying for my house, it's for me. So this is why I think of variable expenses as my fun money, and we went a little bit too out with that for the month of August. So let's stop recording. And yeah, so you guys, it was absolutely crazy with the travel chaos that we experienced in the UK. I'm still mad about the fact that these airlines and public transport companies decided to take advantage of a lot of people that were stranded abroad and trying to get home to their families, to their jobs, to what have you, and increase the price. And I know that because 250,000 people were searching at the same time, this then tells the system that there's a high demand, so therefore prices get increased. But that actually just pissed me off more. But I'm thankful that I was in a great financial position to be able to actually come back home. Me and my friends, we came back home safely and soundly, and we were able to pay for things as things came up. And not to toot my own horn, but I'm thankful that I have an emergency fund, a travel fund, and whatever funds, and I save money, because if I did not have any of this, I wouldn't really have been able to comfortably spend what I spent. I probably would still be in Turkey, which is not a bad place to be, especially because the weather is great, but I'll still be stuck somewhere abroad trying to figure out how I'm gonna get home. And I feel for those people still waiting for the airlines to sort something out for them, sleeping at airport and all of that, trying to get back home. But yes, so that was August for me, a truly expensive month, but this is why we budget, so we can see where our money is going. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you guys, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.